Well, howdy, folks. It's Don't Draw Me Bro. And what I've got here is, well, obviously a 1022 from Ruger. This is the 50th anniversary model. Well, not, it's 50th anniversary marks. That's the better way to say that. See right there on the bolts. Obviously, I've had a few Ruger products at the Ruger American. But I originally purchased this not only because it's the 50th anniversary of probably the most iconic semi-auto 22, if not the 22, of the past century, but also because I found out that you could turn these into like a little M1 carbine clone. Basically, there's like a stock kit that you purchase, and of course, like so many other things that are 1022 related, it just drops right on in. However, I got to thinking, it's like, if I'm going to go through all the expense of doing that, and I'm still really not going to have a gun that's more shootable for me, being 6'6", maybe I should look into something different. So what I decided to do instead, since it actually would be fairly practical, is to create what's called a Liberty training rifle. Now, granted, I could have bought the actual 50th anniversary edition, which comes with a synthetic stock with QD swivels, much better iron sights than the normal 1022, a flash suppressor, so you can either, well, for one, protect your muzzle while at, say, an Appleseed event, or put a suppressor on it. But I decided that, okay, I like the look of woodstock, and with the 1022 free-floating it or any of that nonsense, I'm just not going to get that with the stock barrel, like that kind of accuracy, so it didn't really matter. So what I did was, first thing I added was the tech sights, which was originally part of the plan for the M1 carbine clone, despite the fact that they're bigger than the M1 carbine stocks, sights, but that's a whole different story. And then to get the length of pull where I needed it, I went to one of my local gun stores, and it's actually taken me a few months, but I finally found a recoil pad to add a little bit onto the length of pull. So I've added about 3/4 of an inch, almost a full inch, to my length of pull, so it actually fits me. So I'm not just kind of scrunched up on the stock. At the same day, I also had him install these the sling stud so I can add swivel. The sling is not what's normally used for Appleseed. Usually it's recommended to use a USGI web sling for an M1 Garand or an M14. However, I only have one, and it's on an M1A. So, in the meantime, I have one of my AR-15 Blue Force Gear VCAS slings, which is a decent substitute, but for shooting from sling positions, it's not. Maybe it's my technique, which is very likely, but it's not as handy for shooting supported with a sling as a web sling, which is crazy to think that a $50 sling just isn't as good as an old-fashioned $10 sling. Weird. Also have a few one BX25 magazine and one stock magazine. I need to get more, as I do intend on doing an Appleseed this year. But enough of me yapping. Let's actually take a look at the rifle. And the first thing I really have to say is, before I did anything else, I did add the sights. I'm just not a fan of the regular sights, and we'll draw a bead here on the old moose. I'm sure he's used to it by this point. If I can get everything lined up here. Okay, that's close enough. But basically, it more than doubles the sight radius of the gun, of the rifle. It is pretty nice to actually be able to use the sights on this. If that makes any sense, because if you're familiar with regular 1022 sights, they kind of suck. Yes, they're adjustable, and use that term loosely, but they're nothing to write home about. These tech sights give you the same sight pictures in M1 Garand, M14, or AR-15 style gun. What else? I have the stock trigger still. It's not that bad. It's a little heavy, but it's not anything I can't work with, so I'm going to keep that. Now, I've read some other things online about this barrel band, and that it may actually be a detriment to accuracy. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to continue to shoot it and see if maybe with the sling the groups improve a little bit. And mechanically the gun is pretty accurate. But if I can just get the group size down just a little bit, that'd be even better. I've been using mainly CCI and Federal ammo. Actually, I've been using exclusively CCI and Federal ammo. I started off with the AR tactical ammo, which is basically just a bulk version of the mini mag. I think it's about like 5 or 10 feet per second slower on average. After that, of course, mini mags, some velocitors, and the Federal American Eagle red box, copper plated. I think it's like a 40 grain bullet. So I still haven't ventured into unplated bullets with this gun yet. I figured I'd wait till it was broken in, and now that I'd say it's pretty much broken in at this point after a couple hundred rounds. As difficult as 22 can be defined right now, but I'd say that's about it. I mean, it's a pretty nice little gun. Surprised I didn't get one of these earlier. Can't believe I'm saying that because I used to actually hate these, but I kind of assumed they'd be of the same craptastic quality as my Mini 14 experience. But that's a story for a different time. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for bearing in with me here, and I will see y'all later.